na neli omo nti omienko Kaisedo one entu ho a e ya adwene nko na nyansa nko nti Liverpool for no omo neli omo ho wo Kaisedo deal nim no
omo na bo
ano mo lucky omo nti Liverpool na ne tishe mu ono ankasa lucky no
ebo we ni mu za to za
e bi okune ho kra ana Romeo Lavia bed na na efe kama omo me hwe Romeo Lavia bed na omo de kwa ni entie sound so o de hwade
20,000.
Ne boy ni saying 60 million. Odishe mu ana brush. Boy ni se me nyamba. Na se wa saying sa no. Enti omo wie no another one Liverpool baby odi ni ti akwa akoshe. Jene huanje ono anodi ni ti akwa akoshe. First one, one to four. Second one, still one to four. Into a kill one. And the Jiwene Suez here. Abu Chelsea Egusu spend. Oh, your story be said this summer. Chelsea have spent in excess of 280 million pounds.
Yes.
Or they can't toward Bolly buy, the way Messi spend there. Next spending now, Casa Bros wa a Yakobe 900 million pounds. Now, why is Chelsea not in breach of financial fair play rules are away for Diaba? And the person me Jim Rena me church me kakra. On my Chelsea signings for this summer. Now Chelsea signings for this summer no. Obehu say watoto to players now do Moises Caicedo 116 million euros. Waba Christopher Nkunku 60 million euros. Axel Disasi 45 million euros. Nicholas Jackson 37 million euros. Leslie Ugochukwu 27. Robert Sanchez 23. Angelo 15 million euros per the valuation of transfer market. Okay, can in Abu Mabu. There's a 323 million euros minus the Romeo Lavia fee. Memfa Romeo Lavia and can because the conversation will add him to it when officially he becomes a Chelsea player. Now, Chelsea players on Maton this particular period, and so ASA. Omo atom players 254.90 million euros. Enti okabomwa na se Chelsea ya boka bear 60 million euros in terms of net transfer fee. Now ububumu akwa onko the next slide in fama ebe the transfer outlay of Chelsea this particular period and ebe explain the mechano. Now net transfer no a minus 74 million dollars. Mamenya dollars. It is there for a reason. $74 million just a Chelsea atom players in $279 million. And on our top players in $353 million. Enti the old tono a won fast war. The old tono a woka. Enti Chelsea are top players, atom players aboka $74 million as it stands now.
Oh, okay.
So to Romeo Lavia, a bear riser could drew $138 million. So we don't care simple mathematics and we don't care how be name. But and yes, sanity transfers it doesn't work this way. Especially so recorded good the financial books club will be prepared the financial statement for the year. In preparing financial statement, you recorded transfers to say.
Recording is
yeah.
Recording.
Yeah, well, accounting terminology be a friend of amortization.
Oh, okay.
Amortization. Amortization is simply one, equivalent to the NFN or higher purchase. Me koto dine. A diner meto no me di diner no. Amane bone drew $20 million. But machine pane say, oma me mfie be ye do. Metu ya $20 million ne di amano. Enti sano amortization ebeba ha ne say $20 million divided by 10. Enti every year bia no metu ya saying bet you are $2 million.
Yes.
And Tisano, you prepare a financial statement for me, Nika Kroya. For this year, I will not spend $20 million on a house. I will spend just $2 million. Exactly.
And I'll finish the kind all day.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
So amortization simply means one, paying off a debt. Say odeka na utia kano over time in equal installments. That is simply amortization. Paying off a debt. I would do over time in equal installment. That is amortization. Now, yes, idea way no to reduce the book value of an intangible asset. You can't intangible asset. Tezabu ebi our image right. You ain't mean quantify your image right and then you're china.
Yes.
Yep. But me pen. The pen is a tangible asset. I can buy the pen now for 2 cedis. But we know you play a minimum ball. Players are intangible assets. We only apply a certain valuation based on the selling club. Inti amortization no, is mostly on paying off a certain amount of money on intangible asset and reduce your book value no, over a period of time. Now, remember the Chelsea example. So Chelsea talk, I said, oh, am I a Chelsea signings no, any more transfer duration? Chelsea talk, I said, no, or they sign a share 8-year contract. Now, so better you say Chelsea are top player, 1 7 years, what do you want here? And to allow for amortization and then exploit a certain loophole in the Premier League rule. And then it was even UEFA. And UEFA breaking it there. No, I had maximum 5 years.
Yes.
But Premier League, no, there is no limit now until the next year. And maybe a model limit, beba. So there is no limit on the contract length out of the Bema player. So Chelsea is signing players now 8 years, 9 years, 7 years. You know, it is for a reason. It is to ensure that players no more Tony in terms of a more amortized cost for a year. And benya financial implications on Chelsea in the books or so. And the Caicedo 8 years, I hear this simple calculation. It means that Caicedo Buono, Abu, or the bad dollars more. This year, Chelsea won't pay Brighton 100 million in their books. They will pay $18.25 million.
$18.25
million.
Oh, okay.
For Caicedo. In Kunku, a 6-year contract, yet no, bear close to $80 million. Chelsea will pay just 11 million this year. Until every year, piano for the 6-year period, 11 million at Chelsea betia. This I see. Chelsea Torno for over $40 million. Chelsea betia 8.3 on Axel Disasi. Jackson, Chelsea betia $5.125 million. Ogechuku Leslie, Chelsea to $4.28 million this year. Sanchez Robert, $3.57 million. Anna Angelo Gabriel, Chelsea to $3.4 million. So the amortized cost of these signings now Chelsea and for this period, so prepare the financial statement, Abu, and drew $55 million.
Wow.
And that is what amortization does. So Chelsea won't pay even close to $100 million on signings here or make here if or prepare a financial statement. And the financial statement in the so for a 3-year period, now you say we breach FFP now and I say we breach here. So yet the same way as here, I think we can move on. Now, so all the Lavia crab babe canwa, me pacho don't go there yet. All the Bra studio here. So what the Lavia babe canwa, Lavia. If Chelsea sign him for the reported fee of £50 million now, it would equate to $60 million. Now, it means Chelsea amortization on for Lavia, if they are giving him a 7-year contract, will be $9.142 million. It means that if Chelsea even add Lavia, they will pay amortized transfer fees for the season under review. And after the financial year, about $63.67 million. In their books. So Chelsea won't suffer for the transfer fees no Mutiano. But it also does not mean that Chelsea are free of not breaking FFP breaches. But transfers not particularly in America. For the transfer fees, they are okay because of the length of contract on the Momo. And it was a strategy adopted by Clear Lake. Todd Bolly Mobile Talk Club no. They brought in this accounting now. And a precky Premier League name was because there was that loophole and they exploited it. UEFA has also changed stuff, but Premier League they and take immediate effect. So Chelsea have 1 year, and Sanaya regularizing Yoma. I'm about 5 years maximum. Tino Mumma players 8 years. Now where does this leave Chelsea? In accounting, okay, there's an in the last 3 transfer windows, in terms of amortized transfer fees, Chelsea Acostiomo, $200 million. Or the bar, in terms of player sales, Chelsea have realized $191 million. So FFP no calculated, I mean Chelsea they cut $9 million as it stands now. The FFP limit has been increased from 30 million euros, which is equivalent to $35 million, to 90 million euros, which is equivalent to $95 million. So $95 million crown, or 9 million free money. It means Chelsea still have a buffer of over $80 million, not in breach of financial fair play rules. This is the explanation. Now, over a year, FFP Nebiwa, Yemfa transfer and Kwani, the statement, no, the wages count, and that is where the cost is. Yes. So, me top player, Yemfa is for a free agent. Now, me fano, Ebia Basa ne Gundogan. Basa Emma Gundogan, $300,000 a year. Sorry, a week. 300,000 times 52 in the year. It means Basa will pay close to pay more than $15 million for Gundogan wages.
Yes.
Bankomo to transfer fee and can a transfer fee for the year and then do that. So to some extent, free agents for the year are more expensive than even transfers.
Free agent for
because of more wages.
Oh, okay.
And the wages part, and it me peja club be spending. But in the case of Chelsea, the players were Mujo Koulibaly was a high earner. Kai Havertz high earner. Mason Mount high earner. And to our offloaded players or Mujika can say they free wage bill on so. And our players not your man, they are basically unknown players. Into Moamo 30, 40, 50. Into Uma ALS Ogechuku, Oman 50 a year, £1,000 a week. Wama Angelo Gabriel £20,000 a week. O Momo Mosa, or Musican Rakabomwa and Drew Koulibaly there. So they have offloaded one player and the wage now come to Yamano. It is catering for maximum 4 players on the new players list.
SOMPA Sports.
So it is a shrewd accounting move by the Chelsea team. Players on Motomo, are they players on here indispensable? No. They can do without these players, but they have made room for much more revenue to be kept in the club. Our month spending. Away from that, maybe see a shot, on my Chelsea financial account for last year. Na me fẹ́ no fẹ́ wi.
Share ne be 1 minute ma me na post on bro. Na ma uze or my going so I can say me nya prank na me mo ahwe ba membre no.
Oh no problem.
Share no 1 minute ma me.
Financial statements ne fẹ́ ngu so mfa ma me. This is Chelsea's financial statement for last year. Mashada na ma bide circle afa found. The operating loss of Chelsea for the last business year was £236,718,000. Now operating loss no esote because omoba benya an aspect where profit on disposal of player registrations and here 123,151,000 and eteso edeba 115,945. That is a loss for Chelsea for the financial year.
Yes.
Good. Now me the way by because we be a massacre now matro player amortization and trading. That is for the period 2022. Operation expenses now yemfa player amortization in count. Amortization of player expenses ni weni inano. Because of players at Chelsea nyai. Onko the next slide. Weni expense. The difference here in players are what 20 players are unyano. Check baby amateur additions. If you are getting players on board, say top players are untia transfer fee no imminently on the accounting statement. By a top player, you record the transfer fee instantly on the transfer on the balance sheet.
Wow. So
that is what Chelsea will use. Check it. After July 1, 2021, amortization charge for the year. Check it players at Chelsea for a period they account here 160 million euros. Sorry, 160 million pounds. Check here and on the wall no. But Chelsea's players are more torn and their disposals no 147, 166.
Wow, Medasi, Mickey.
In a nutshell, the third ball more internet transfers are channel. They go and calculate all these things. No man who says he come over to you and say, send your bayer and found.
Mate, Medasi.